how my portfolio pays my bills, and I hope my mic sounds good. Most people work for money their entire life, right? But since September, doing this strategy, you guys, my money is starting to work for me. I've always invested, not always, but I've been investing for about 4 or 5 years. But recently, coming across a strategy championed by Sean Grady, Paycheck to Portfolio, my money's working for me now. Not because I'm rich yet or wealthy yet, not because I make six figures trading yet, but because I'm following a system. I built a system, I built a machine. And today I'm going to show you step by step how my portfolio is slowly learning to pay my bills for me. By the end of this video, you'll understand where the money comes from, how it flows, how bills get covered, and how someone living paycheck to paycheck can start this immediately. Even small, even if you still don't know how the whole concept, and even if the market is ugly, that's really the good advantage about this strategy. Even when the market is down, red, we're not fearful, we're controlled, we're intentional, and we know exactly what we're doing. Now I'm going to state the problem. I think the problem why people stay stuck is most people, of course, we wake up, we trade our time for money, and we pay our bills. And we repeat this cycle over and over and over until we learn something new. Money comes in, money goes out, nothing really stays. No asset is being bought, no asset is being built. So every emergency, when life happens, it feels like we're drowning. I've been there, I lived there most of my adult life. I'm 34. The turning point, however, for me is that when I learned this strategy, instead of letting my paycheck die to expenses, I can redirect it and build something that pays me back. So let's get into it step by step how the machine works. I'm going to show you how, for instance, I'm still getting my paycheck partially deposited. So here you have payroll. This is half of my check deposit. Then I deposit the rest the next day. So my paycheck comes in. My paycheck comes in. Instead of my money disappearing to random spending first, it goes straight to my brokerage account because that's where the assets are created. So right here, you see this right here. You see a lot of stock being bought. You see some bills being paid, but this is the first step. My paycheck comes into the brokerage. Again, go back and watch my first video about the intro, how to get started. You have to at least start off with $2,500. Not financial advice, educational purposes only. I have to say that. But that's what I started with. And doing that now, the margin that I have, I can now pay my bills. But that paycheck, the concept of me dumping the paycheck into the brokerage is so the paycheck can buy assets so that they can grow. Number one. Two, which is my second phase, which I'm not there yet. I might start this month or next month while I start buying income producing assets. Also, every paycheck that I deposit, it increases my buying power, which is my margin. And this gives me options. This creates options for me. And this turns my dollars now into employees. Okay. And when I say margin, equity, I'm talking about the true net value of my account. So right now, this is all investments. This is all bills that I have paid for this 3-week cycle. I get paid next week. And this week I have profit coming in from my trading account. So this is going to get paid back down and this is going to increase my equity. Okay. So this is your first time watching this. You see the net debit. This is currently what I have taken out or used via my margin to pay bills and invest. And because of this value that I have taken out of my account, this is why my equity is sitting at right now 60%, 59%, right? My standard is 70%. But I did a little extra buying this week when it comes to the market. Sean Grady likes to keep his at 50%. So I have one more bill to pay before I get paid. I have a daycare bill. I'll pay that Tuesday, which will bring my equity down to 57%, 57 or 56%. But however, Wednesday I have 1,200 coming into the account, which is going to bring my equity back up. Then all my bills are covered for this 2-week cycle, and then I'm just waiting for next week for for my paycheck to come back in the brokerage account. This is going to increase my equity going back up to around 85 to 90%. Plus, it's going to bring this down. So as this goes down, which is the amount that I have borrowed to buy assets and pay bills, my equity goes back up, trending towards back up to 100%. And from that equity, I have what you call margin buying power. Of course, I don't use all of this. This is how much I have left. I'm not going to use this. I like to keep my equity again, but at 70%, but I bought a little bit more stock this past week, and I had to pay a business investment. So I went a little lower than 70. So right now I'm at 59%. It's okay. I have one more bill to pay, $300. I have $1,000 that I can use to borrow, so I'm fine. I have 1,200 coming in a couple of days, and then a few days after that, I get paid again. So as this guy trends back up to 90%, that's where I reset. On my next 2-week paycheck cycle, I have my bills already laid out. I know what bills need to be paid. So once my check hits my brokerage and it clears and it settles, my cash and borrowing on margin increases, goes up to like 4K, 5K. My margin power increases, it goes back up to maybe 5K, 6K. From there, I withdraw from cash and borrowing on margin for my 2-week cycle of the bills that I have to pay for the next 2 weeks. Once I pull that out and set that aside, the amount remaining that I had left, I then decide what assets to buy. I know there was a lot, but I'm just showing you how this guy works, how this engine works, how this machine works, how this strategy works. And right now I'm focused on growth. Next month, I'll be slowly buying income producing assets, dividend ETFs that give me income monthly and weekly. So as I buy those, simultaneously, those income producing assets I'll be having going straight. The dividends will be hitting my account, paying this guy down weekly and monthly for me. And eventually, those dividends those dividends that I get monthly and weekly will cover what I have to borrow to pay my bills, and then I'll be financially free. Thank you, Lord. So that is the plan. That is the plan. I'm sorry. Um, Paycheck hits the account. It settles. I pull out what I need for my bills. What I have left, I buy assets. Get paid again, and I rinse and repeat. Sometimes, usually, I pull my bills for the 1 week out. Then I invest. Then I do the same thing again. It all depends on how much room I have in my equities. It's usually like around 70 to 80%, and how much I have left cash and borrowing on margin. But why this is powerful is because I'm not trying to get rich overnight. I'm pushing stress, I'm pushing fear, I'm pushing dependence out of my life from my workplace. I'm just using my workplace to help me get to where I want to get to quicker, right? So I'm trying to be wise with my money, trying to be a good steward of what God has blessed me with. Now some people would say, but you need a lot more money. No, you need consistency. You need consistency and discipline. This grows like a snowball, not a rocket. In my other video, I went over the compounding effect, how slowly starting off, it starts slow, but eventually the pace picks up and then the compounding takes over. Usually not usually, but when I first started, I started with just with my phone bill, little groceries, light bill, and then I started to pick up all my expenses. And that's something you can start with too. But then one day, as you being consistent with dumping your income in, buying assets, paying your bills, you're gonna look up, and you're gonna be like, wow, look at my account has grown. I'm a living example. I started 2K in September, and now I'm at 11.3K in the middle of February. So this is why every week on my channel, well, I ain't gonna cap. It's not every week. Y'all know I've been slacking. I'm trying to get better, y'all. It's not every week. I'm trying to get better at producing videos for you guys every week. But I show you my real numbers because I want to document my journey to show that it's possible, man. I spent so many days and nights over the years praying, trying out stuff, praying, fasting, trying out stuff, praying, fasting, crying, trying out stuff, getting the second job, and trading. And I finally found a strategy where I can begin to stop trading my time for money. And I hope that this will help you all. We want to buy back our time with the ones we love, want to do what we have to do on this earth. Our life is a vapor. And so if we can get that quicker where we're not dependent on our employer or dependent on money because our money is working for us, our life can be, I believe, much, much better. So my final inspiration to you guys, I'm not ahead of you. You guys, some guys are probably ahead of me right now. A bunch of you guys are probably ahead of me. But if you're just starting, don't worry about you seeing my account size. We're building it together. And if I can do it starting where I started, you can build it too. So if you want to learn how to do this, continue to watch my videos, hit subscribe, share this with family members and friends. Because next week, I'll show you what the machine did after my next deposit. So I hope you guys have a good day. Hope you guys enjoy your family. And I hope you guys continue to take control of your money. It's your boy Devin checking out. Buy, share, save souls. God bless. See you in the next video.